Hello everyone, welcome to this YouTube tutorial. And today I am doing a full walkthrough of Trip Planner by Mode Studio. So let's get started. Alright, so once you purchase the template, you will get a PDF file. Go ahead and open that PDF. Inside the PDF, you will find a Google Sheets link. When you will click on the link, you will see such a window pop up that says make a copy. Just click make a copy and it saves straight to your Google Drive. I have entered some sample data here, but when you will get your own trip planner, that would be completely empty so that you can customize your trip tracker according to your own needs. Before diving in, I want to discuss a rule which is you have to only edit the white cells. So every white cell is an input, and but what about the colored cells? Those contain the formulas that make everything work, so you should not touch them. But don't worry, we have applied protections to these ranges. So when you will try to edit these cells, you will see a warning just like this. Just select the cancel and continue editing your trip planner. Okay, this is the setup, and you should always start planning your trip by first filling the setup tab. Here on the most left side, we can see the expense categories. You can customize your expense categories like accommodation, flights, gifts, activity, etc. For example, I enter here shopping. Here you can see that, for example, I am going to plan a trip to Italy and France for 2 weeks in June. Then we have the booking date. So enter your booking date here. For example, I enter here 1st of May. And then we have payment method. You can customize these. For example, I enter here PayPal. So these appear in your travel expense tracker as a drop down, and you can see how much you spent per payment method in dashboard in this chart. Okay, here we can see the names of travelers. For example, I add here Ali, and he is a child. This is the part where you will decide which is your home country and your home currency code. This is essential because every foreign currency you spend in will be converted back to your home currency. For example, I have selected here United States. Right here it's currency code like USD and home currency symbol and the total budget. For example, I increase the budget to round about $19,000. This table shows destination countries. You can add every country you are visiting. Since we are going to Italy and France, we have added those countries here. So when you log a restaurant bill in Rome, you just select Italy, enter the euro amount, and the planner converts it to your home currency US dollars automatically. Okay, that is the setup tab fully done. Okay, then we have this dashboard tab. The heading shows the name of the trip we edited in setup tab. Everything updates automatically here. This section shows when our trip is going to start and end and the duration of our trip. For example, it is 15 days and 14 nights. This shows the countdown, like 15 days are left to our trip, and this is the total budget we set up in setup tab, and this is the total spent. This directly comes from your expense tracker, which we will see in a moment. Here we have a currency converter. This is automated. For example, if you want to convert any currency into any other currency, you can just do it. For example, if I want to convert USD to Canadian dollars, you will see the exchange rate here, which is 1.37. And if I want to convert 1900 USD to CAD, it will be 2630. You can select any of the currency. For example, I say TRY, which is Turkish lira, and it is 45. In this section, expense summary, you have to set your budget for each category. For example, for accommodations, I'm setting the bill for $2,000. For flights, I say like 3,500. For gifts, let's say 800. And the transport, like intracity transport, I set 1,200. And you can set all your budget. So this KPI left to budget shows we have 10,300 left that we can use to set budget for more categories. Okay, this is the tab you will choose most during your actual trip. So this is where every single expense gets logged. Let me walk you through exactly how to enter an expense column by column. So first we have a due date. Double click the cell and a small calendar will appear here. For example, we just landed in Rome and paid a taxi from the airport. The fare was $45 and it was paid by cash. Okay, so just say 1st of June and it was transport. You can add transcription as well. I would say Italy and I paid 45 euros. And now you will see that it converted instantly to our domestic amount, which is $52, and I paid it through cash. Okay, once you enter the destination amount, the domestic amount freezes instantly. So whatever the rate is, you will see $52 appear in the domestic amount column. So even if your euro rate changes tomorrow, your record stays at $52, exactly like a receipt, and it is totally intentional. There is this column which is paid. So tick this checkbox because we have paid it, and now you will see in the dashboard tab that our total spent has changed. Next we have daily itinerary. This is your hour by hour planning grid. While the monthly calendar gives you a big picture view, the daily itinerary lets you plan each day hour by hour. This all area is editable and you can plan your itinerary up to 2 months, but in this case we have a 15 days trip. To use it, just click any cell and start typing. Let's plan for 1st of June. For example, I write here arrive Rome. At 11 I say we checked in at Hotel Romana. Now what if any activity takes more than one time slot? For example, we are going to a museum from 3 to 6. So we just don't want to write museum in each and every cell. Just select these cells. In this upper menu, here you can see the merge cell. Just click this button and now this cell is merged. So now you can here visit to museum. Next we have research and reservation tab. This tab is your mostly pre-trip research. So before you confirm anything, use this tab to compare options. After you confirm, use it to store all your booking details. Once you have these cells, it will automatically show in the monthly calendar tab. Let me show you how to use this section. We have here flights, destination, accommodation, where you can compare your different hotels, your activities, your car rental options, your tours, and your different places to visit. For example, let me just erase this, delete this, and rewrite it. For example, I entered two examples here. One is I am going with British Airways, and in second I am going with Emirates. Suppose I am going with British Airways. I tick the booked checkbox on that row, and the moment I tick that, this flight will appear on monthly calendar automatically. You can see here on 1st of June I have a flight from London to Rome, and it is showing the cost per person, which is $540. Same is the process for hotels, activities, car rentals, and accommodations and tours. One more thing, that if you don't know how to insert the link in Google Sheet, let me just show. Just enter anything here. For example, I write link, right click the cell. You can see here the option insert link. Select this, insert your link here, and just click apply, and your link is ready. Let me just quickly walk you through monthly calendar tab. This tab is completely automatic, so you don't have to type anything directly into this calendar. Use this calendar by first selecting your start day from here. Just double click this cell and a small calendar will appear, and you can select the month you want. For example, we are going in the month of June, so I have selected June here. This calendar shows expenses, flights, accommodation, activities, car rentals, tours, and etc. Expenses come directly from the travel expense tracker. For example, I have logged an expense of transport for the date of 1st of June, and its amount is $52. So when I will see in monthly calendar, it is showing up here. But for example, if I have not ticked this checkbox, it will still appear in the monthly calendar tab. For example, I write another expense here. This is just for an example. I write 6th of June, and I chose activity. Example, I say Italy, and 67 euros maybe. So now you can see here that I have entered another expense for the date of 6th of June, and when I will see the monthly calendar for 6th of June, I can see that expense here. There is very useful filter here, which is show only. So you can filter out your expenses, your flights, or other activities. For example, I just write here expenses, and now you will see only expenses on this calendar tab. Okay, so I'm repeating again that for research and reservation tabs, only those items will be paired on monthly calendar for whom you have ticked this book item. But for expense tracker, even if you have not paid but you are just planning that expense, it will definitely show in the monthly calendar tab. Okay, moving to the next tab, which is the packing list. The packing list tab gives every traveler their own personal checklist. Remember, we added names in the setup tab like Gabriel, Isa, Jess, and Milo, etc. So now you will see individual packing list for each traveler. Each section is organized by categories like clothing, accessories, technology, toiletries, and documents. So you never forget a single thing. At the top, there is this progress chart which shows packed versus unpacked for each traveler. So we can see here for Gabriel, we have packed 8 items, but 13 items are still unpacked. Okay, and if I just tick this checkbox, now you will see that 11 items are packed and 10 items are unpacked. Okay, next we have trip checklist. The trip checklist is organized by timing because different tasks need to happen at different points in your trip preparation. So you have got 4 stages. One is when you book, the other is 1 week before departure, 1 day before departure, and the departure day. For each stage and for each category, you will see a progress bar on the above of every section. For example, I just tick this box, and now you will see that I have done 50% of my tasks when I book. And if I do the same thing here, okay. So tick each task as you complete it. The progress is visible. There is this another task section for anything that does not fit in neatly into a specific window. So you can track other tasks here as well. Okay, moving to the next tab, which is our places to visit tab. This tab stores up to 12 destination highlights. Places you want to see are those maybe your dream places to visit. Well, let me add something here for our trip. Suppose I am writing a Trevi fountain. So the country is Italy and the destination for, suppose I say Rome, and the region again I am writing Rome here. For example, I write here 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Price may be $150. Then write your entry price here. You can insert your link here, the rating. For example, it has 4 rating and some notes. So there are multiple options that you can use while inserting an image here. The first one is on this top menu here. There is an option of insert, and there is this image, insert image in cell. And now if you have an image in your local file, just browse here and the image will be inserted in this into the selected cell. Okay, but what if you don't have image in your local and you just want to find it out through Google? Let me just help you out. For example, I have written here Trevi fountain in Google. Here is an image. You can right click the image and open image in a new tab, or just copy image. And I will just enter Control V. There are 3 dots shown here. Just select these and select put image in the selected cell. Okay, all set. You can insert image the same way in dashboard tab here in this cell, and in setup tab in this cell. Okay, that is the full trip planner by Mode Studio. So if this was helpful, give it a thumbs up, and do follow us on Etsy, our YouTube channel as well. Thanks for watching.